Okay, Owls, here's to another great week ahead. This is your Weekly Owl Hoot. I'm Dr. Dimes, and we're just going to do an overview of what the week of September 14th looks like for you. From the quiz that you took on Friday from last week, you should have realized that all of our ELA work opens on Monday, and currently it is due Sunday by 10 a.m. So I'm just going to take a peek at what your workload looks like this week. And if you have any questions, you know I'm always an email away. So once you hit here on your landing page, as always, this is where you found your Owl Hoot message, but I need you to be working up here in this Classwork tab. When you click Classwork, you'll see that we have several things happening this week. As always, start here to view the lesson plan. I'm still having a few people asking where materials are located. Everything you need is in the lesson plan. So please take a peek here. We're going to open it up, go into presentation. And this week looks very similar to the weeks before. I have changed just a few things here, what to expect. We will be working in our ISN and our digital notebook this week, so both platforms. And here's an overview of what we're going to learn and practice. This is your learning targets, and students will be able to, which is within each of these targets, which means students will be able to fill in the blank by the end of the week. These are our learning goals, and then this is our agenda. You can kind of check things off as you go through. Slides 5, 6, 7. Oh, actually, let me back up to 7. 7 is where you are going to be preparing your ISN for note-taking. This week we are working here on page 3 in our notebook. And this template, if you write this in your notebook at this point, you'll be able to fill things in as you follow along on the rest of the slides. So then slide 8 is let's begin. This goes through the notes that you need to be taken in that table that you just drafted. And you go through them to understand how these words are meaningful and how you might see them in the real world. And every once in a while, I give you a completed table that should resemble your notebook. So slides, going back, I think it was slide 8, right? So slide 8 through 16 are your new 4 stems. And then slide 17 are our lit terms for this week, fact, opinion. We're talking about pronouns for our big grammar idea this week. And then we're also doing a figurative language review with similes this week. That should be a review from elementary school, though. And then here is a picture of my completed notebook, which again should resemble your completed notebook. Everything on this page is what you need to study for Friday's quiz. This is your tool for being successful on Friday's quiz. Then it tells you here the notes portion is completed. And then we move into preparing ourselves more for the week. Please make 4 flashcards for your 4 new stems. That brings you to a total of 12 flashcards. For similes this week, we're going to do a short quiz in Google Form where I've given you a sentence that uses a simile and then 3 example explanations, and you need to choose the best explanation for the simile as it's used. So this is a Google Form in your Google Classroom, and I'll take you back and show you where that is in a minute. You are going to be creating this anchor chart, which is pronouns. So this is a completed page in your ISN. These are the notes that you just took. This is the pronouns. And you're going to upload this image to Google Classroom for me to see. I need to know that you're taking these notes. I need to know you're preparing for your quizzes. And then we're going to be building on nouns with pronouns this week and then continuing in our parts of speech. This is an exact picture of my notebook. Some of you might have to take 2 pictures depending on how well your camera is adjusting. I just need to see that it's completed though, so please upload these images to Google Classroom. You can zoom in if you need a larger picture of my notebook to copy. Slide 24, I'm reviewing paragraph of the week expectations. This should be in your notebook on page 1. We talked already in the weeks before about what should be included in a paragraph, and now this week you actually get to apply it. So this is your first paragraph of the week, and we're going to be talking about favorite relatives. I need you to pick one family member who you can write 5 sentences about. preferably somebody that is on the positive side, hence the favorite relative. If you can't pick between your two siblings, then maybe choose a cousin. If you can't pick between mom and dad, maybe choose a brother. No one's feelings are intended to get hurt over this, but I do want you talking about a relative who makes you feel special, somebody you have a close relationship with. So follow along in the paragraph of the week expectations, and there are additional directions inside the assignment on Google Classroom. So make sure you please are reading those directions carefully. And then that's it. That's week 3 in a nutshell. And then we come back here, pardon. We come back up here to our classwork tab, and we have completed the Start Here lesson plan. This is where your simile quiz is. This is where you're going to upload a picture of your pronoun anchor chart. This is where you're going to type your favorite relative. Again, there are additional directions inside this assignment. I've also written an example paragraph of my favorite relative because I can't choose between my daughters. And so I did my cousin Allie, and I just talked to you about Allie. So this is approximately what your paragraph should look like. Remember, 5 sentences, please. And then lastly, you do have your weekly word quiz. This quiz does not open until Friday morning because ideally you're working on these notes on Monday. You've had all week to love on the words, adjust to the words, study the words, and place them in your long-term memory before the quiz actually opens. So that's all I have for you today, Owls. I will be in touch throughout the week. If you need anything, feel free to email me, and I can't wait to read your writing. Have a great week.